everybody, this is Alyssa from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for day 17 of my advent calendar unboxing. So today is a marshmallow day, and before we get into that, I have to tell you guys this magic deliciousness right here. Oh, hi, Sushi. She just climbed out of, she was inside the Udi, all covered up, and she just climbed out and jumped up there because I started filming, and she knows. So anyways, this magic right here is even better than a white Christmas tree. So if you guys were around last year, you guys know that I am just like mildly obsessed with the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes that you only get over like the holiday season. And I think it was Charmaine, one of my friends, introduced me to the chocolate Christmas trees. And I have got to tell you, I will hands down take this chocolate Christmas tree over the regular ones any day, which is saying a lot because I love them. But I found that the regular ones are super, super sweet. The chocolate ones don't taste nearly as sweet. And I can like eat this and I don't feel like I'm overpowered with like sweetness and sugar. But heaven right here. If you have not tried the chocolate Christmas tree cakes, I highly recommend you go get yourself some chocolate Christmas tree cakes or just some regular Christmas tree cakes. But they are a must-have. So anyways, we're going to break into it. So let's see, what is our puzzle for today? Door 17. Let's see if this is another one that defeats me. It's another one of our little metal ones. I think we only have 2 more metal ones, so I'm intrigued to see how I struggle with the other ones. All right, so these are these ones right here. And I want to say that it should be like a. Sometimes it's like, okay, you get them lined up, and then you got to get the. Because it's like, I know in theory how it's supposed to work, but then getting it to do what you actually want it to do is always a different story. So that's the challenge, is getting it to do what you really actually want it to do. Okay, I just flipped it around. Let's see if flipping it around helps at all. Because now, let's see. It's crazy how like bad I am at these now as I tip over my boba can. So let's see. Okay, so we have this thing, and then we have we want that to be like that, and I think that's supposed to be down there. So all right, so mine are, no, I thought I was gonna get it. All right, let's see here if I can figure it out. And it came apart. I don't know if it was supposed to come apart like that, but it came apart. So I don't know if it was supposed to or not, but it did. So yeah, let's see if I can get it. Oh, yep, there we go. So it's like I just line up the tips. I got it lined up just like that. And then we've got them in, and you can even like wrangle it around however you want it or however you need it. But anyways, I succeeded today, so I'm proud of myself for that. Did I just put that in the wrong box? I did. All right, so I was very proud of myself for completing that one. So now we have 17 on our bouquet, which my flowers have overrun my bouquet thing, so I might have to pull out the ones I'm not as much of a fan of, or just rearrange them. So we have some greens and pinks. I think I'm gonna like this one. And then day 17 on the succulent. I'm gonna apologize if I'm all snuffy. My allergies have been going haywire with this cold. Pink and green with a little bit of a red accent. So I'm intrigued because it looks like the green is going to be the actual succulent and the pink is probably the pot. So we're gonna break into those, and then let's see what flavor marshmallow we have today. So this should be what, day 9, I want to say. Yes, because we're coming on to, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So day 9, and then just a couple more. So let's see what, ooh, this is a purple one. I wonder if it's kind of like some grape flavoring to it. That would be interesting because it's very purple. Very, very purple. Look at how purple that is. I'm going to taste it and then look and see what the flavor is. It doesn't have a very strong flavor. But I feel like it definitely tastes purple. Yeah, I was gonna say, guess what? It's grape. I was like, yeah, it tastes like a grape. It's very subtle though. It's not like an overpowering flavor. So that was our marshmallow. And now let's go ahead and put our little Legos together and go from there, you guys. So I wonder if you guys want to know like exactly how long it takes me to put these. Sorry about that. I'm going to actually put the Lego together right here so you guys can see it from like this perspective real time, so you can know just how long it actually takes me to do these. It's not a horrible time. It's always really interesting because every single time the time lapse ends up cutting them down to like 30 seconds or so. Let me angle this a little bit more for you guys so it's like a little bit more readily seen. We're gonna go with that. Let me lower myself down into my chair. All right, so we're gonna break into it. And I know you guys are probably sick of seeing me wear the sushi Udi, but I mean, that's like literally the most comfortable. It's a little bit of a lighter weight one. The one that's on the floor that the cats are inside of. Well, sushi's inside. Well, sushi's over there now, but mochi's on top of it. That one is really thick. It's thicker than the other one. So it's like, yeah. So anyways, the nice thing is these are all basically the same foundation start for them. I do like the ones that are in this brighter green. So that's not bad. This one, it seems like so many fewer pieces than I'm used to. I think this one's a little bit simpler. So let's see, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little bit simpler than some of the other ones that we've had. But anywho, is everybody ready for Christmas? That's the true question. Are you guys ready to be almost at Christmas? It's literally just in like less than a week and a half. See, today is the 17th, so we're at like 8 days left, which is like mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that we're already at, there it is, that we're, you know, it's, because today's Wednesday, so it's in a little bit more than a week from tomorrow is going to be Christmas, which just doesn't even seem real. So now we're going to put this guy right here. Those ones are always a pain in the butt to push down. I've been doing it like this. Ugh, because it doesn't want to go in very well for our petal. And now we have this one, another one right there, and then this one right here. And that's like the first 3 steps. We've made our stem. So now we can make our flower, which looks like it's pretty straightforward. We're going to have this to that. I have to push. Sometimes you got to push it down and make it actually work. There. So there is our foundational piece, which is going to go right in here as the center point for our flower. So now I'm going to put the petals together, which are basically going to be, you know, these little guys. Ooh, those are pokey. To push those in there. They don't go in very far. But help if I pick up the right colors. So those are pokey on my fingers. So I'm like, should I just do it like this? Because, well, I think I'm going to do it like this. I just have to preload it because that's ouchy on my fingers and I don't feel like doing it. So we're just going to do this way of doing it since we have 12 of them to do. So I'm patting myself. So let's get going with them. Woo! So I did unbox my Cyber Monday mystery box number 2 today. So that was exciting. So if you guys have not already watched that video, definitely go watch that video. So that was super exciting seeing, because I actually I ordered 2 boxes because I was really hoping to get like the Liubka. Spoiler, in case you did not watch my video, I did not get the Liubka. But I was able to trade one of the kits for the Liubka, so I'm happy. All right, so now I need to make sure these are all facing the same direction because they're a little bit different. So we're going to face them all the same direction and see. It should be 3 of them in each one of these little things. I should probably turn that one around because... Oh, no, it's just made that way. That's annoying. It's got like a little thing on it, so, which is kind of annoying to me that it's got. I'll show you guys what I mean in a minute. Help if I actually turn that one the right way. So you guys know I'm not very good at like following directions. I like look at the directions and I'm like meh, and I just kind of do my own thing a lot of times. So we will put these all on and then we will space them out so they are like equally matched. This one's really pretty. I like it. It's simple, but it's pretty. So I think I need to push those ones a little closer together. And then I can put that one right there. So here we are. I can't do too much of an angle up because of how some of these are attached in, but we can do a little bit of an angle. Oh, that one's backwards. And that one's backwards. Okay, just the one maybe. Let's make sure they're all facing the same way. Good. So we have a flower head. Look at that. That one's pretty. I like this. It kind of reminds me of those like thin little daisy type things. I also should look up and find out what the names of these flowers are. But there's that one. So now we're going to go into the second one. The succulent include, the foundation of the succulent is basically, there's been like 2 or 3 styles for the pot that the succulents go into. So I'm going to take a look and see, and we're going to build it. Yes, it is pink. I figured it was pink. So we have these that we're pushing around the edge to build a frame. So I know it's super thrilling to see it like this. I'm probably boring you guys to tears with this way of doing it instead of, you know, just watching it on like my top-down view. But, you know, figured I'd do a little something different. We're getting close to the end. Also, I'm feeling lazy and I don't feel like changing my camera angle, stopping the video, changing it over to time-lapse, blah, 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 blah. So that's really the honest truth of why we're not doing it that way. Okay, and then I do another 4 across the top. So we've got our foundation that we're building. And then this is what anchors it in place for these pieces. And I do love Legos, but I'm not like completionist though. So once I start a Lego set, I have to finish the Lego set before I like go to bed or do anything else, which is, you know, not always the best when you have to work at night, or well, when you have to work the next day and you're working on it in the evening and you find yourself staying up super late to finish it. I also end up doing the same thing when it comes to puzzles. So if I start a puzzle, I usually end up just pushing and doing the entire puzzle in one sitting rather than breaking it up. So boop, there we go. Now we're gonna put these little white I was almost called them drills. We're gonna put these little white 1-spot Legos on here. I always have to line it up direct angle so that way I can get it done quickly. All right, and then that one's in between the other ones. Oh, I hate it when they're in those in-between spaces. My fingers don't like pushing those down into those in-between spaces. Come on. This is the part you never get to see the struggle when I'm doing the videos the other way, because this one is in between them all. Come on. There. No, no. Because you got to get it like angled just right or muscle it in, and muscling it in is not working. So we're going to try to angle it just right and see if we can push it in. No, it's not working. So let's see if I can get it just. No, come on. All right, let's try a different one and push a different one down. Oh my goodness. That does not want to go into that spot. We're going to try it like this and see if pushing it this way will help. There we go. I just needed a little bit more lever. Now I need to get the green one off. Oh, so at least that'll work. It will go in. We just got to get it lined up perfectly to be able to push it down. Come on. Let me see if I have something else that I can push it with. I'm like, because I can line it up. This is the totally tedious portion. Like on a time lapse that's like 30 seconds long, this looks like nothing. But then in real life, I'm like fighting with this piece that will fit in there. I just can't get it in there because it's awkward and weird. And let's see if I can pop that, and then I can angle a little bit of a, there, I did it. Success. That was way too much effort to put those little white pieces on. Way too much effort. All right, so now we get to build our little thingamadoohickey and see what we've got. We need these pieces. So we're gonna have 2 of these. So we're gonna go with this one. Oh wait, did I want that one there? No, I did not want that. I did not want that piece. So now I gotta pull it off because I wasn't paying attention and put the wrong piece on. There we go. I want that piece. So I needed a one-sided piece, not a two-sided piece. And now, so we're gonna do 2 of those. We're gonna do this. And then we get to do the double-sided to go in between these. And then another double-sided to go in between these. And then we're gonna do another double-sided, or well, actually no, I think we're doing the hollow one. Yeah, the hollow one, because then it's gonna go upside down. And then we have our little guy that goes on top of it. All right, so now we have our little stem that I can put in here, which is going to go in between some things. Where is it gonna go? Okay, let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like trying to see, did I place something in the wrong spot? Oh yes, this is another one that's gonna go in that weird angle. Oh, let's see if I can even place it in. If not, we're just gonna do our cheat sheet that I did last time because I do not feel like fighting with that placement. There we go. Because this one needs to go right here in the center. There. So that's our placement for that one. And see, we're making progress. It's just taking forever and a day to do. Not really, these actually go pretty quickly. So now we're gonna build our petals of our funky, weird little branch things. So we're gonna do these on one side and these on one side. And then we're gonna have a this and a this. So here's our little petals. So I need 3 of those. And once I finish with those, then I can pop them on. Oh my goodness, I keep dropping it. And boop, there's 2, so I need 1 more of those. So we've got our, sometimes I like to build it the opposite way of what the directions say, just because I can, which actually it was easier going the other way. At least with these non-Lego Legos. They're building blocks, but to me it's all Legos, even though these ones are not the actual Lego brand. And then we have there. So we have 3 of them, and we're gonna put these around our bot, like here. Next one up. And then here. So 2 on the bottom, 1 in the middle. And then we get to do 4 more that we're going to intersperse throughout that are the same thing. Okay, so 4 more of these little funky, whatever you want to call it, whatchamacallits. So there is 1. Here is number 2. And then we're on. So I cannot believe, can you guys believe how close we are to Christmas? It's still just like mind-boggling me that it's this close. My parents are going to come over here. We're going to fix my kitchen sink. And then we are going to, you know, celebrate Christmas together. And then I work the day after Christmas, which is, you know, super thrilling. I'm super excited about that. So now we've got 1 of them that's going to go off of the top. So we've done them like that. We're going to do 1 off the top. 1 off of this middle. Okay, I see what they're doing. We're only doing like an every other for these here. And then we can, you know, angle them around a little bit. I feel like I don't like the symmetry of it. So wait, did I do those upside down? I did do them upside down. So we're going to take these off, pull the whole thing apart, make a mess of it, because it just decided it wanted to crunch down. That's the bottom. I kind of don't want them to be quite so straight up and down. That's kind of annoying me a little bit. This one is fine up here in the top. But these ones are supposed to be, I put them on upside down. So they're supposed to be funky, weird belly up. Because I thought it looked a little weird when I had it. So it looked a little strange the way that I had done it. And that was because I put them facing the wrong direction. And now they are. And this is supposed to be, they're all supposed to be like lined up perfectly. So I'm like, but I just can't bring myself to line them up perfectly. I feel like they need to be offset so they're not, you don't have two rows that are straight up and down. This is another one that doesn't have a very secure anchoring, but there we go. So it kind of reminds me of one of like the Venus flytraps. That's what this reminds me of, this little guy here. So now we can ankle those little armies up, and there is that one. And there is our like pink daisy-ish, whatever this flower is there. So that's the two of those, and that's all I have for you guys today, along with my grape marshmallow, which I normally eat while I'm doing the Legos. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.